out of like 14 of the different native tribes. So they just strip the heads off, throw it in the thing with the hops and the okay. We have a plantain here. So this is where we get to start learning structures. There's two here, so I'm gonna pull it up and pass it around. Okay. So what I want you to look at as these come around are the vein patterns on the leaf and the overall shape the leaves are growing in. The shape the leaves are growing is called a rosette. It's a fancy word for circle. But more importantly are the veins. If you see the veins, let's put my sheet here. The veins are what's called a parallel vein pattern. So as we go around today, we will see three different types of vein patterns. We will see pinnate, palmate, and parallel. Parallel is when you just have a bunch of veins that start at the base of the leaf and run to the end, and then no other veins coming off them. It's just like a bunch of fingers parallel to each other on the leaf. So plantain, one of the key things about plantain is that it has this, grows in a rosette. It's a wintertime plant around here. The leaves, you can feel them, they're somewhat hairy, a little fuzzy, so that's another structural feature. The vein patterns is one of the big ones though. As far as the different plants that grow in rosette, only plantain has those parallel veins. Now, what do you do with plantain? Well, you can eat it if you're the person that likes like white bread with nothing on it, because it's a very, very bland flavor. As far as eating goes, not a lot of nutrition, kind of a filler. What it's really good for though is medicine, because the plantain is loaded with a number of medicinal compounds. One of the main ones is this thing called Plantain, and if you buy different skin creams, you will see listed on the ingredients Plantain. What Plantain is, it's like a hormone mimic that tells your skin cells if you're damaged. Well, if they're damaged, they know they're damaged, and so they start doing certain things to heal that damage. With the Plantain, it speeds that up. It's like suddenly all the cells are going, we got to do this really fast right now, because it's like flooded with the signal that says heal. So instead of just going, I'm going to get to it, it's like, oh, we got to do this right now. So it's really great for healing dry, chapped skin, insect bites, soothing insect bites. Think of it almost like aloe vera, where you would normally use aloe vera. For this, you can mash it up, put it in there. The Plantain is water soluble, not oil soluble, so it's not good for making an infused oil, but you can make like tea bags out of it and use those as a poultice on skin too. Like if you have a second degree burn, minor second degree burns. Definitely not third degree. If there's open, wounds like that, let the doctors take care of that. But yeah, just the any sort of dry, especially now, this time of year, my hands are going to start splitting open. My gills dry up, all that. Houston is so humid. But you can just rub it on your skin even that way. So mainly as a skin curative sort of thing is the main use for plantain. Later on, it grows these little stalks that have these little seed heads at the top that look like little green ears of corn. They actually taste like little green ears of corn. The little stalk is actually really good. Eat it when it's still tightly closed. You can just eat it raw, or you can put it, on a little bit of butter on it. But anywhere you would use little baby ears of corn, stir fries, things like that. Then later on, it forms the seeds. The seeds are loaded with a water-soluble fiber, so it's a great laxative. But also, if you toast the seeds, they take on a really nice coffee flavor. No caffeine, but if you collect enough of the seeds, you can make a very passable imitation coffee, decaffeinated. But then people figured out we can make some really good stouts and porters from the plantain seeds. So if you're into beer
Like
making,
in place of barley?
yes, yeah, or usually like a quarter of it, and yeah, mix it. With a lot of the other grass seeds, yeah, completely replacing the barley. Okay, any questions about plantain? Anyone want to see it again? Okay, so I can have this back. Probably in another month, it's going to put this stalk up, and then there'll be that ear of corn, little ear of corn at the top, and when you start seeing each kernel turn dark brown, that is when the seeds are ready. There are certain places now, I think Seed Savers and maybe Native American plant sales. There's a few places now that sell the plantain seeds because it's so popular in the medicinal plant world.
When's it a good time to plant?
Now,
Okay.
the nice thing about wild plants, once you get the seeds, throw them in the ground because they're going to go through whatever season. They don't need to be planted at a specific time. They're used to being dormant until it's time for them to come up.
Did you have a question?
Do you have a question?
How long are the stalks?
The stalks are probably, depending on the variety of plantain, be anywhere from about 1.5 inches to like 8 or 9 inches. There's the longleaf Plantago lanceolate, slender leaf. It looks like spear leaves, and it has really long stalks. But again, they're just going to be about the thickness of a pencil lead and green, and then the little ear of corn looking things up at the top. All right, anyone want this? Okay. Yes. Whenever we pull up some plants, I'm going to offer it to people. I don't want to just leave it.